Hey y'all, it's Alicia and welcome back again to Alicia's Crafty Hoplop. I know, it's video 3 of today. It's one of those days, y'all, there's tons to catch up on, and it is Shoutout Saturday and it's Halloween. So I have a few channels and a few projects I want to draw your attention to, and a few contests and craft challenges that are available too. We are all now entering the holiday craft season, and I know that many of us are pulling out our Christmas supplies and trying to get organized while still trying to put away our Halloween supplies. Many of you commented this week that you're in the same boat I am, that your place is a hot mess. For those of us who craft in our public spaces in our home, my poor husband, y'all, because I have been packaging, getting things into boxes, wrapping things up, and it's like our whole living room, dining room has become like Santa's workshop. And I know he's been very, very patient with me. I don't think that patience is going to last much longer, so I have to make sure everything is done this weekend and that everything is put back in shape and order. So I'm working against a time clock. So I am making and uploading as many videos as I can. I'm hoping that you'll get to see everything, or at least most of it before it goes out. I'm not sure I can video everything, but I'm going to do my best, y'all. I'm going to do my best to share it with you. First, I want to say a big sad moment thing for Carrie Martin and for Misty, my paper cuts. First of all, Carrie and Misty are both my friends, and that's just an aside, but they're also really great crafters, and we're hosting a Santa swap collaboration, design team collaboration, and I was part of it. And I was really excited to do it. And after I got the diagnosis regarding what came back with everything, I wrote to Carrie and I said I should withdraw. It's not that I don't think I can finish all. Clearly I finished Heather's. Clearly I have finished other things that I'm going to share with you this week. I'm worried about potential hospitalization. I'll tell you why. I'm going to have procedures done in the next few weeks, right in the heart of COVID. And I just don't know how that's going to turn out. Like, I don't know if I'm going to end up contracting COVID from all my exposure. You know, right now I'm at the doctor so much, and even though they're doing their very best to reduce my exposure level, my risk is much higher than usual. So I'm terrified that either something that's going on in my body or COVID will require me to be hospitalized, and that I'll let Carrie and Misty down. And I just don't want to flake. So rather than do that, I just withdrew. It was hard for me and heartbreaking because I love this collab. Typically I host it. And this year Carrie wrote to me a long time ago and said, you know, how would you feel if I wanted to host it this year? And I was like, that would be so great. And so it's really hard for me not to participate. Why am I sharing this with you? Sometimes, y'all, you got to do the responsible thing, even if it's something you don't want to do. Because you see, I could let people down. And it wouldn't be my fault. It wouldn't be because I didn't do the work, or because I'm not interested, or it wasn't a priority, but I know that there's this risk. And so if I continue to participate, I know I could let my partner down. And I just couldn't do it in fair consciousness. So I'm sharing that with you because I think all of us at some point take on too much. It doesn't always have to be because of illness. Right now, oh my goodness, everybody's never been busier. And let me tell you, I'm sure it's the same thing for you at home as it is for me. We're home 24/7. Do you know how messy this house gets? It gets so messy, y'all. I have never swept more in my life. Do you know, yesterday, thank goodness I'm having these stitches out this week, I pulled a stitch out because I'm sweeping and cleaning so much because we are home so much that I pulled a stitch out yesterday. So I know you're all in the same boat. So we are all super busy. We are all super stretched. We are all teaching, helping people, children, mentoring. We're looking after family members. We have work, we have commitments on here, we have friends. I haven't texted in 2 days. I've been so busy with my procedure. And then after the procedure, I wanted to make the videos, right? Like yesterday was procedure day. So I made sure today to do catch up on videos. So I haven't texted a single friend yet, haven't checked emails. And I feel terrible about that, but I can only juggle so many balls. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm sharing this with you in case you're in the same situation where you really want to do something, but there's at least a 25% risk that you might have to withdraw. That's when you say thank you, but no thank you. Because you don't ever want to let anyone down. And it's hard to do it, especially for someone like me who loves these collabs. You saw how much I loved Heather's collab. So I love collabs. But sometimes you got to put aside your love in order to do what's best for the community. And that's a really key point. So I just thought I'd share it with y'all. I'll be happily cheering from the sidelines. I'm probably going to make along. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to craft along and that way I can sort of play without letting anyone down. That's what I'm going to do. All right, y'all, it's time for Shout Out Saturday. And the first shout out is going to Sugar Ray Crafts. Sugar Ray Crafts has been here for a long time now. She's an active member of our craft family, and she has a challenge up, y'all, and it's an interesting one. I was so excited when I saw what her requirements were. She wants you to make her a piece of 8.5 by 11 hand-painted paper. Now you can do this any which way. You don't have to have mixed media supplies. She's really specific about that. You can hand do it with a brush. She even shows you one she did just with a brush and a stencil. She's not asking for anything fancy. She just wants handmade paper. This is super exciting. And she has all these other things you can make her for bonus points, and it's really wide ranging. Anything from like an ATC to an embelly box to all sorts of things. There's no way as a maker there isn't something on her list that you wouldn't find interesting, because she made such a good list that this appeals to every crafter. So I'm strongly encouraging you to not only check out her channel, which I will list down below, but to support her challenge. She's been on here every day for at least almost a year, I would say now. And she's part of our craft community, and she's part of our crafty family, and we want to lend her as much support as possible. So I'll put a link to her challenge down below. Please support it. And you know, she's offering a really big prize. It's a $50 gift card. That's huge. I typically only offer 25 just because I try to do more of them. But this is a huge gift prize, and you have until November 27th. So there's still plenty of time to participate, y'all. All right, that's Sugar Ray Crafts. Again, I'll link it down below. I also want to remind you, Kathy's Favorite Things has her birthday challenge up. You are this week going to see what I have created for her. I'm super excited for you to see it. I'm super excited for Kathy to see it. I have a big box from Kathy here for my birthday. I'm not going to open hers until hers is in the mail this week. And that's just because I don't want to see it until I send mine out. You know, I very seldom recommend a large scale channel, because I figure you know about them. The ones with 35,000, 60,000 subscribers, most of us know who they are. But occasionally there's some really interesting things on these channels, and I'm thinking maybe you haven't seen them. One of them is Jennifer McGuire Inc. She did a Christmas card video where she uses up like all the extra pieces that she die cuts and uses them to make extra cards. And I actually thought it was a great video. And yes, she has, I don't even know, 200,000 followers. I don't know. She's got tons of followers, y'all. And you probably know who she is, but maybe you've missed this video. So I'm going to link it for you down below, because we're all making Christmas cards. And she had some really good ideas for how to stretch those scraps. And I always love that. All right. I also want to draw your attention to Crafts I Heart. She just recently had a challenge, and thank you, YouTube. I have missed like 10 of her videos, and that's because, again, my subscriber notification is not working. And I actually went looking for some projects of hers. Her name is Robin, and I went and had a look for some of Robin's projects and realized, oh my gosh, I've missed a whole bunch of videos. So I'll be binge watching those this week to catch up. I was in too much of a crunch period to send in something as an entry, so instead I'm going to work on something for her for Christmas. And you know, I'm taking Miss Sheila's advice on this. Sometimes, y'all, you can't do everything. You can't do every challenge. You can't enter everyone's thing, even if it's just a Memdex or an ATC, because you've already made commitments to other people. There are swaps happening that we don't always show here, that happen behind the scenes. And so that's also real and goes on. Friend mail, we call it friend mail swaps. And so, you know, you don't always get to see everything. So the last 2 months I have been very much like densely otherwise committed. And so I didn't want to take on anything else to make sure I could fulfill my obligations. But I really like Robin's channel a lot. And I think you should take a look at some of her projects. I'm going to link her really cute Christmas boxes, because I think she does them in a really beautifully elegant way, and they're quite simple but so beautiful. And I think when we're prepping lots of boxes for Christmas, Robin's are terrific. So I'll put a link to that video down below. Please support her channel. Again, a big part of our crafty family and a great crafter. So if you don't know Robin, otherwise known as Crafts I Heart, you've got to check out her channel, y'all. You just got to check out her channel. Now, there's no secret here. I love Crafty Kimchi's creations. I know I'm not alone. Many of you do too. She recently did a design team share that was just stunning. Just stunning. Anne is an exceptionally beautiful maker. She doesn't make a video a day, but when she does a project share, y'all, it's jaw-dropping. Beautiful. So I'm going to put a link to her latest Christmas collection pieces. Just stunning. You don't want to miss them. If you're not going to make in that style, which she actually, lately she's been combining like her clean crafting meets kind of almost shabby-esque qualities because she puts her hands in some things. It's pretty exciting. But even if you're not someone who makes in that style, you could take what Anne's doing and convert it to your style so easily. That's the thing about Anne's channel. She's so accessible, meaning her projects could be done in any style of crafting. So you want to get to know her better. Anyway, I'll put a link down to her latest amazing project share below. Check it out. Crafty Kimchi, y'all. Amazing, amazing crafter. And the other thing I'm just going to remind you, I know I've mentioned Vintiquities before. I, again, didn't have time to get something into her challenge, and I wish I could have. I'm kind of what I call a quiet fan of hers. I watch her videos all the time. I don't always comment, but I sure am inspired by a lot of what she makes. I know I've done a shout out for her before, and many of you didn't know who she was. I know Cynthia Aguilar likes her as much as I do. But I take a look at what she's been making for Christmas, both past years and recently. I think you're going to be super inspired by her. She's an innovative maker, y'all. She truly is. She's someone to keep your eye on. The other one that I've come across lately, and I know many of you on this channel subscribe to her, is the Vintage Goose. Now that's another one, beautiful maker, y'all. Beautiful maker, the Vintage Goose. So I'll put a link to her channel down below too. And that, y'all, officially ends Shoutout Saturday for this weekend. I'm going to take a little break, and I will be back on tonight with birthday card entries. Wishing for you a happy and spooky Halloween, and I'll see y'all real soon. Bye for now.